Hey guys, this is National Sports Loaded here, and I do want to apologise for me not doing a live stream yesterday because my internet was a bit out, and then the laptop had a few issues with it. But then I decided, I would scrap it all of that and just decide to upload video today because I haven't uploaded video in freaking God knows how long. But yeah, so we're gonna go through today with the of the finals week 2, which is the semi-finals, and we're gonna start with right in front of me, the Sydney Roosters up against the Canberra Raiders at the SCG. Current conditions and weather is unknown, not announced yet. So onto the team list. So the big ends for the Roosters that you should watch out for is Jake Friend, Lachlan Lamb, and good news, SBW is back after last week. He was injured in the last minute, which is pretty disappointing. But luckily they're in the top 4. So this is going to be his first ever match playing finals footy since 2013, which I believe you're Roosters boy, you're going to be pretty excited because you never know what's going to bring the final series because he's been desperate to get back into the game ever since he came back here. So it'll be interesting. I mean, he's not like crap or anything, but like he's been helpful as well with the playmaking, also like offloading as well. So yeah. But the outs for the Roosters is Freddie Lusick, which I don't think is a big effect at all. The ins for the Raiders is Matthew Timoko and Sam Williams, which not a bad Sam Williams. And yeah, let's get into the back. So let's go up against Nickel Clockstan. Not bad, but I think Nickel Clockstan from last week wasn't bad, but like he could have made things dangerous. But yeah, not that bad. Last week, Nickel Clockstan. James Tedesco had a pretty decent performance, but it was a bit off this year. I mean, last year he's been absolutely amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. The first half of the season, Tedesco's been alright. I mean, obviously he got dropped by Deceivo, but anyway, that doesn't even matter because Deceivo is even injured right now, which will go in the next game. And yeah, Dan Tupou up against Samuel Valamini. Samuel Valamini, or whatever the name is, sorry for pronouncing it wrong. He's actually not a bad player. He's actually a pretty underrated player, in my opinion. He wasn't that bad against the Sharks, and I think he can cause a potential like threat on the wingers. So I think the Roosters need to be careful of them because like for me, I think if the Raiders don't like find some, just don't find some spaces, then I don't think the wingers are going to be able to cause some threat to the Roosters defense, which it's going to be hard to open up the space for the Roosters defense because well, the last time, as you may have known, when these two met, they possibly the Raiders have like defeated the Roosters. I think it was by 2 points, I believe, and it was pretty shocking from the Roosters defense. I mean, that was when the Roosters were off, but now the Roosters are changed then. But also the Roosters were kind of off against the Panthers. I mean, to be honest, I think the Roosters had the hammer against the Panthers, which I don't know what happened to the Panthers there. They're usually pretty good against Roosters, but hey, all the underdogs such as Roosters and Knights, Sharks, Eels have all been upped, but then the favourites just got back to them, unfortunately. Which yeah, the finals week 1 has been kind of bizarre and a bit weird. to be honest, to have those underdog teams to be able to get up and just, get back down again. But anyway, centre Josh Morris up against Jared Croker. Jared Croker, his conversions are not that good, man. I mean, he's not a good converter in my opinion. It's pretty crap, to be honest. Josh Morris was absolutely superb. He did make a few mistakes, which they could have been tries, and they could have just shut down the Panthers' defense, which that try could have benefit themselves just to win the game, and then get the Panthers to face the Raiders in the semi-final. But yeah, just remind you up against Jordan Rapana. Jordan Rapana's been absolutely just shocking. This year he has been trash. I do not care what anyone says. Rapana is the worst ever player I've ever seen from the Raiders this season. Absolutely disappointing, honestly. He's not in finals form. He's in regular season form, because after that kickoff, it's just absolutely just disgusting. And I'll never ever see any Raiders player ever do that. Honestly. But yeah, Josh Mine wasn't that bad against the Panthers last week. But I hope that he can cause some damage to John Rapana, and I think he will. Brett Morris wasn't that bad. Also, it was kind of the same as Josh Morris. And Nick Kotrick wasn't bad either. Luke Keary. He, for me, I think he was really off from last week. And I think he really needs to find some playmakers which can expose the Raiders' defense and make them look silly. And if he can do that, then the Raiders are going to have a hard time to get it composed together. Jack Warren, for me, I think he got lucky with a few tries last week, and I don't see him as a total threat to the Roosters. Obviously, I will be pretty peed off of Jack White and actually try to expose the Roosters defense. I mean, he's pretty easy to go down. I mean, he was pretty lucky. For me, he's just overrated player, man. I don't know how commentators are sucking him off and just saying he's such a good player. In my opinion, he's just overrated. Carl Flanagan, he was a bit off the game. He had a few chances to go through, but he's coming up against a really decent Raiders player, probably the best player I've seen from last week. George Williams is a potential and massive key player that the Roosters should look out for. If you don't know this guy, backstory, he came from England. As you'll know, all the Raiders players are mostly from England. And he came from some professional Super League club, and he was a premiership winner for them. And I'm not sure if it's for Wigan or something. But anyway, he just plays so well, and I think he's the Raiders' main key to be able to carry them into the preliminary final and also defend the Roosters. But for me, I think the Roosters will be able to shut him down. He could have a potential try, I believe. He could have a try. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to open up the defense, because the Roosters know that they have to get back in form quickly before the Raiders can cause a surprise. Alright, let's go forwards. So, Joe Hargraves wasn't bad last week. He obviously got dropped by William Kikau, which, unfortunately for Kikau, he will be out for the preliminary final, which is really disappointing. Josh Papali, I believe that he wasn't bad also. I mean, both his props were a bit meh last week. Hooker, Jake Friend is the main player that the Rays should be watching out for. He's a really good player, really good playmaker, and by the Roosters having him back, I think the Roosters are going to be in full attack form, and I just see the Raiders by coming off with last week's performance and going up against the Roosters at their home ground, even though they defeated them before. I think the Roosters going to get revenge here for me, and even though I'm supposed to go through here, I'm just gonna say from look at the forwards here, not a bad forwards for the Roosters. It's not bad for Rays as well. I think the Rays forwards can cause a potential threat, which that's something the Roosters should also look out for. But like the backs is for me it's just a bit meh, yeah. And the Roosters back is pretty good. And the Roosters forwards are not bad as well. Just need a little bit of work. But as Jake Frank coming back, he's going to show a lot of support with the forwards of communication, which that's going to be a big issue for the Rays forwards, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm going to go with the Roosters to be able to defeat them by 12 or 18 points, which I'm going to say a lot of Rays fans may be triggered by this, but I'm going to say they're going to win by 36 points. 36 points to 16, I believe. So yeah, sorry about that. But I think the Roosters are going to be. I think they're going to be 11. I think the Roosters will be 18 points to 16 up at half time, and then the Roosters from there will just dominate. And I think the Roosters are just going to shut down the Rays and make them look silly, which would be really disappointing for Ricky Stewart's side. And yeah, sorry, but yeah, that's my main prediction.
Okay, got my team, the Parramatta Eels, up against the South Sydney Rabbithoes at Bankwest Stadium. Kickoff at 7:50 p.m. and obviously we unfortunately lost. I mean, in my opinion, I think we got robbed against Melbourne Storm. I mean, you can say what you want, but we got robbed. But hey, at the end of the day, there's no excuses. I mean, our defense was pretty crappy on the right as it got exposed once again. And the edges are just being cut out, and it's just not good, and it's just not what the defense has really been. But anyway, that's rugby league. But yeah, we can't. I don't want to be like really critical or be a bit stupid, but Parramatta Eels are playing exactly like the same as what Miami Heat did against Los Angeles Lakers a few hours ago. If you have not watched the game, Lakers, and it's 3-1 against the Heat. But anyway, that's not talking about basketball. But yeah, Eels with the defense on the right hand side has been so weak, as Waka Blake has got to have so much pressure on himself when communicating with George Jennings and Michael James and that, because as you can see with Ryan Madison and Mitchell Moses and that, I just think that with them communicate each other, I mean, they can't lose the communication, but leaving Wack and Blake just try to communicate is also going to make him hard, and it's going to make us some tough decisions, which is going to make us F up the game, which is just weak mentality there once again. And we've been showing that for the last few rounds, but I just don't know what's going on there. And it's not, I mean, like, it's not only that, I mean, our edges really need to have some talk, but Bray Arthur really can't ignore the fact that Waka Blake is under pressure, and with that in that area, that's what's going to keep the Rabbitohs coming back and just easily try to get there in the end. But I mean, our defense is going to be good, but still, it's just a risk taking that because you just don't know if it's gonna be easy or not for them to be able to have that desperation and confidence to come back and just keep them motivated in that, and just make it too easy for them and just make them relax in that. And yeah, it's just really dumb from Wacker Blake. And yeah, he should be ashamed of himself and take that mistake into his own hand and just think to himself, what the hell am I doing? I mean, you basically came from Penrith fan. You're in the finals. I mean, your old former team is in the freaking prelims, and you come here and just do that to us. I mean, that's kind of a bit. I mean, that's kind of a bit disrespectful, if I may say. I mean, like your old former teammate like Will Smith, who also played for the Penrith Panthers. I mean, he's in the interchange. I mean, he plays more better than you, Wacker Blake, and you've been good for the last few weeks. So how come all of a sudden your communication is going down? I mean, is there something not right in your head? I mean, you've either been overconfident in that, and yeah. But yeah, for that, for South Sydney Rabbithoes, you got Alex Johnson, Campbell Graham, Thomas Burgess, Alex Johnson, okay, Adam Reynolds, Cameron Murray, who else is there? You got bloody who else you got? Bloody Dane Gagai, of course. Cody Walker, Damon Cook, Liam Knight, and the rest are nobodies. No, I'm joking. I was a bit of flight reacts there, but yeah, but seriously though, they got some good like youngsters there. Like Jackson Paulos wasn't that bad. Obviously, Dane Gagai, Campbell Graham, that was pretty decent. I mean, I think the most dangerous player we need to watch out is that Damien Cook. Even though even though that our right hand side, if it's not going to be changed, then that's going to be easy for them. But still, if we also going to be worried about that, and that's going to start a mentality, then that's going to lead to us opening up large spaces, and that's when Damien Cook is going to kind of dummy half and basically just run and just find some playmaker. And then basically someone's going to be open, and then basically one of the Eels players is just, they're going to have to make a tackle, and yeah, if they're just too fast, which we're just seeing against the Knights, yeah, I'm sorry to say, it's going to be a pretty embarrassing night if we just lead to that. I mean, we did do that against the Storm and the Tigers, and it's just, I'm just absolutely just sick and tired of it, man. I'm just sick and tired of like open spaces. I mean, I want to win this premiership, man, more than any other team in the whole entire league. And I don't care what your haters have to say. All right, you can say whatever you want. Yeah, because I'm being dead set serious. Keep hating because I just love it, man. I love you hating my team. It's the best thing I've ever had in my entire life watching NRL. Best thing ever. I love it. Keep hating. I just love it. But yeah, Mark Nichols and that. Yeah. Our attack is improved from last week. I just think that our playmaker from Dylan Brown and that leaving Blake Ferguson just on the wing, and I mean, like George Jennings can help him, but like it can lead to Wacker Blake with experience as well, which it could help, but still, experience would not be enough because like this is our last ever chance, man, to prove that we're premier contenders, not pretenders. But yeah, Wacker Blake. Listen, look, you better not rely on George Jennings. You have to improve on that night, because I swear to God, man, if you do not improve from that game, I want you out. Because honestly, I had enough of you just being weak and just not tackling, man. You got to toughen up, man. Honestly, that's not how to play rugby league. If I was you, man, I would have been absolutely peed off. And if I was going to go in the game with Wacker Blake, then I would just listen and just say to myself, I need to improve with my performance and just make sure I just break someone's ankle and just yeah, just make sure just drag him back no matter how fast, no matter if they're gonna step over me. I just can't get forward anything. I'm just gonna be really disciplined as well and really aggressive as well. I mean, like Wacker play just can't like sit there and just watch. He's gonna be like really aggressive and just like want the ball stripped off and just want, and that's what's gonna give us more position if he's gonna like try to tackle and just try to get the pressure on them so he can try to steal the ball or ever prevent a knock on, which we can still have possession. Because if we have more possession in attack, then I think that's possibly gonna cause damage to the Rabbitohs, which Knights did in the first few minutes. I haven't seen the highlights though, which I've been busy. But yeah, I think if the Eels can be able to cause some pressure by having a high percentage of possession by the proofs of Wacker Blake and George James supporting as well, and also like sorting out with our defense and just being really disciplined as well. I mean, we were a bit undisciplined, which if we go back and see our things from last few games. I mean, we have been disciplined in those few losses, but the rest of the season we have been really disciplined, man. And I'm saying to you right now, and for Junior Paulo to be able to get the offloads away, which he was pretty good, and he was at his potential best as always of all season against the Storm. I mean, he did drop the ball once against them, which was kind of disappointing. Sean Lane wasn't bad, it was a bit mad to be honest, but he found some open spaces, but he's kind of like the same as Ryan Madison, which Ryan Madison wasn't that bad. I believe that Ryan Madison, he was pretty good with Mitchell Moses around him, and with Clint Gutherson, I told you he scored his I told you he was going to score a try against Melbourne Storm, and he did exactly that. And for him, to have to go up against South Sydney Rabbithoes, I think he really needs to have a talk, and I think for me he's going to have a lot of experience as well, because like he's captain as well, and he's probably going to communicate with the team as well, which he needs to have a big talk. And at the end of the day, all the players are doing their work, but it's also all up to Gutherson as well to be able to do his job as usual, to be able to save the team as well. At the end of the day, he is captain, and But for South Sydney Rabbitohs, with the interchange with Liam Knight, with the forwards. Forwards looking pretty decent, with Cameron Murray had a good performance, Thomas Burgess had a good performance, Damon Cook had a good performance, and Tivia Totoa had a really good performance as well, along with Aaron Reynolds, Jacob Walker, Dan Gagai, Campbell Graham, Alex Johnson, Corey Allen as well. So yeah, there are a lot of potential threats for the Eels, such as like to be honest, I think the biggest challenge that Dylan Brown will ever face in my opinion and right now is Cody Walker, because like he can find some over spaces and just absolutely just rip off the Eels defense and just kill their confidence, which I think it's going to be a big problem for the Eels, and I think it'll be something that will be really surprising when coming out. Just from playmaker from Reynolds, which it's something I think that's something that the Eels should do. If the Eels don't want to like get some kicks up and just get Kyle Walker in, they need to put some pressure on Reynolds, because he's a small fella, but that doesn't really matter because he can cause some good threats, and even though he's getting to the age of retirement, he still has it as in 2014, which that's something what everyone says, because this is South Sydney Rabbithoes side that we've seen last week having like that finals form, which we haven't seen during last week, which everyone's saying that South Sydney Rabbithoes are in 2014 form, which I think I can agree on. I think South Sydney Rabbithoes have been massively just going back to where they were years going back to where they were 6 years ago, which was when in 2014, which a lot of people, which in my opinion, South Sydney Rabbitohs are potential grand finalists, and they can potentially win the grand final in my opinion. But if the Eels can be able to expose them and shut them down, which other teams were afraid, or just have a lazy mentality, which the Eels right now they know they don't need that, and they really need to work together. I mean, they are at home, and they need to show that this is their ground and it's not their ground, as they really need to work for it. I'm looking at a change for the Eels, and it's not that bad. There are some changes for the Eels. Ray Stone is back, which he's a very underrated player. He'll be pretty good for the side, in my opinion, as well. And yeah, Kane Evans, not bad. Andrew Davey, in my opinion, he had another great game. He should have got a try at the end, but hey, it's the refs anyway. Will Smith, it was the same as what he did against Tigers, and if he can come off on the bench and show the performance, I think there'll be like some ice out in the cake and just extend their lead, in my opinion. But that's all lead up to the selector side here as well. So yeah, but I also want to say one more thing before I go. With Cameron Murray and Damon Cook going through the centres, like I think the Eels defence, like they really need to like sort out the combination, because if they want to be able to not only defeat the Rabbitohs and also not be premiership pretenders, as they say, I think the Parramatta Eels really need to find a combination, and that's something I've been wanting to expect from them for the whole season, which they kind of did it in the first half of the season, but they kind of found some spaces to be able to find that, but unfortunately they didn't find that against the Storm last week, which they found an attack. The defence, it was lucky in the first half, which it showed a bit of a combination there, which I thought they're going to come up, but then they just were a bit hesitated in that, and I think they were just not finding the holes and just being a bit too over exaggerated. Which the Eels, for me, they were trying to be brave and not be nervous, and for a side to already be in the top four, they know that they're nervous because they're in the top four. But that's pretty funny, because in 2017, they were in the top four. They were doing well. They beat the South Sydney Rabbitohs in the last round. But then they only lost 2 points against the Melbourne Storm, but it was at Amy Park, which I think we got robbed in that game. Which
if you go looking back, Adokar scored the first try, but it was off from the first pass. But who cares? That was like 3 years ago, so that doesn't really matter. But still, we got robbed anyway. But yeah, but if the Eels will win this, then the Eels will go on and just play the first preliminary final. But let's not go over that. Main focus is the Eels versus the Rabbitohs, and there are a few things that the Eels really need to get together if they want to be in the Rabbitohs at home, and also be potential premiers as well, premiership threats, which they just need to fix their defense and also fix that massive problem with the right hand defense, which that's something that is just worrying for all Parramatta Eels fans at the moment, because with Mike Sevo out, and also with another wing, Blake Ferguson, we don't know how he's going to do, because it's just our wingers are just the worst potential defense part of our defense, and that's something the Eels mostly need to work on. But still, they also need to find a combination with defense and attack. But I think if Bradford can learn from that and just not get over worry from last week and also injuries, I think the Parramatta Eels, for me, the Rovers are going to be up for it. They're going to be very disciplined for it. I mean, even though it's a Bankwest, they haven't been playing that bad at Bankwest though. They've been showing that it's their home at Bankwest, which that's something that Parramatta fan won't even say. But yeah, for me, go up against South Sydney Rabbithoes. In the past, we ever have some tight rivalries in that. Which, if we look here, actually the Eels have one more, but sorry about that, guys. The clip was cut out for a reason, as for my screen recording. This is 10 minutes long, so it hasn't been cut out this and that. So yeah, so I want to apologize for that, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah, as I said before, the Parramatta Eels need to find a combination on Saturday night, which is basically tomorrow. Which I apologize for uploading this video as preview late, but yeah, it's just it's just so much hard work, man. But yeah, far out, man. But yeah. The Parramatta really need to focus on their defense and attack. They really need to fix on that right hand side of the field, as I said before, and just make sure that they don't cook any finding open spaces and just cut through the defense, just like last week against Melbourne and also against the Tigers as well. So yeah, that's all for me. That's all I have to say for my team. I hope we win on Saturday. And also hope that the Roosters for me get the win, as my tips for that. I say thank you so much for supporting my channel, and we're nearly at 60 subscribers as well. I want to make sure we get to 100 one day. I mean, I doubt we'll get that high, because I haven't been uploading that much, but thank goodness I've been uploading this and that. But yeah, I'm gonna just end it here, because it's just a bit too long, and don't want to be talking too much about this and that, because I don't want to because I just can't be bothered just to be discussing too long. I mean, I'm discussing point things, but yeah. Anyway, guys, nothing yapping about. This has been National Sports Low. I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this. Take care and good night.